If you think that meal prep takes too much time or it's too difficult because you're busy and tired, then I'm right there with you. This is the meal prep for those who hate to meal prep. I'm Isaiah, and on today's video, I'll show you the absolute laziest meal prep that you've ever seen. Still healthy, always. Still high protein, always. This will get the job done and it's low effort, so you can do it too. Okay, so everything we need is right here. Okay, we're gonna go with eggs for breakfast. I think I'm gonna go shrimp for lunch, and then chicken will be dinner. Now, lunch and dinner we can swap, but breakfast is a staple. Okay, so first thing I'm doing, cleaning the rice. Super simple, nothing crazy to it. I have a rice cooker. If you have one, makes the job a whole lot easier. And that is done. Okay, and I'm gonna do two things here. First, I'm gonna set this to low. I'm literally gonna pull the shrimp out of the freezer right now. Frozen shrimp, pop that in here. I'm gonna put the lid on there and I'm gonna put that on a low heat. And at the same time, I'm gonna bake the oven. I'm gonna set that to 375 and let that preheat. Goal here with the shrimp is it's frozen. So I'm just gonna defrost it a little bit with a little bit of heat. So I'm coming up with all this on the fly right now. So I'm gonna cut open the chicken. I'm gonna just put that in my little pan here. And you can season this however you like. I'm gonna put some oil in here first. Okay, we'll go with some salt there. A little bit of pepper. Some Mrs. Dash here. A little bit of ground cayenne pepper. A little bit of heat, not too much, but just a little bit. You can season this however you want, okay? I'll just top this off with a little garlic plus, okay? Now you just get your hands a little bit dirty and just mix her up. Usually I'll use like a separate bowl for this, but again, as lazy as possible. So that means less dishes, and I'll just do it in here. It is what it is, you know? Doesn't matter, doesn't need to be pretty, just needs to get done. So that's our dinner. That's pretty much done. Wait for the oven to preheat, toss it in. All right, and breakfast. So I'm gonna turn this on a little bit. Breakfast, this is gonna be over a 3-day meal prep. So we're gonna go with 18 eggs, 6 eggs per day. Pretty simple. Just crack her up. And done, finally. All right, some oil in the pan here. Every meal has vegetables. Okay, that's super important. Gonna mix this. We're gonna go with scrambled eggs and spinach with rice for breakfast. Okay, so when this is hot enough, I'm gonna put half of my spinach in. So I'm just focusing on this breakfast right now. Oven is still preheating. Shrimp is just, it's just chilling really. Rice is going. Goal here, just whittle down the spinach a little bit. And then when that's ready, we'll just dump half the eggs on top because this pan is not big enough to fit all 18 eggs, obviously. Okay, so about half the eggs will go in here. Just gonna guess. It's probably good there. Season that up a little bit. And then egg is going. Shrimp, remember this is on low heat. Just to defrost it a little bit. We'll work on that later, okay? Okay, first batch of eggs are done. I'm just gonna set it aside. Rinse and repeat. Oil on the pan. Wait for that to heat up. And then my oven did preheat. Chicken will go in the oven. And then I'll set a timer for that for 20 minutes and see how it goes from there. All right, the rest of the spinach goes in now. And while that's going, I'll clean in some of the dishes. Okay, so this is pretty much done here. I'm actually gonna combine the old eggs that I made like 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna put that back in the pan. I'm gonna mix this up for like a minute or so. Everything is done cooking already. This is just gonna be easier when it comes to splitting up my eggs into 3 portions, okay? That's done, turn that off. Breakfast pretty much complete there. Rice is already done. I'm gonna take my food scale, zero that out. I'm gonna dump all the eggs on here, and we're gonna see how much this weighs. Okay, so my eggs weigh 1 kilogram, give or take. Okay, so we'll just split that up into 3 portions. All right, so what I need now is 340 grams each. 340 grams. Scoop her out of there. Okay, this one's 350, close enough. This one's 325, close enough. And this one's 340, 339. Okay, so the eggs I set aside for now. We're gonna work on the shrimp now. So the shrimp has been chilling here for a little bit. You can see it's a little bit, some of them have melted. Okay, so theme of the day. I'm going to salt this. I'm not gonna even take it out, put it in another bowl. I'm just gonna season it in here. Okay, salt, pepper. Probably go with like pretty much the same seasonings, Mrs. Dash, garlic plus. I'm gonna add some heat later, but for now, I'm gonna turn this up. And now it's obviously gonna heat up, and now I'm gonna pay attention to the shrimp. I'm gonna mix it around. So now we're just gonna mix it around, and we're gonna watch this shrimp transform into just goodness. Lean protein. I love shrimp. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but super lazy. You guys, remember I pulled this from frozen, and we're gonna watch what happens here. So this is looking like 5 minutes in here. Now this is the part where you have to pay attention a little bit because the water will start to slowly evaporate or whatever. It just disappears from here because of the heat. And then we're gonna add stuff to make this creamy. All right, so while that shrimp continues to cook, I'm gonna take my chicken out of the oven. All I'm going to do is flip every single one. I'm actually gonna take my meat thermometer and check the temperature first. 375 for 25 minutes. This is about at a 155, so it's not cooked yet, but it looks like it's pretty close. Make sure to measure the thickest part, 156, so we can put that in for a few more minutes. Okay, so now the shrimp is starting to come together. I'm gonna chop up some kale, actually. Now, what would have been great, remember this is the absolute laziest meal prep. What would have been great is onions, garlic, you know, if you really want to make it taste that much better. But again, laziest meal prep, minimal dishes. I do want to chop the kale up though, just in case it doesn't whittle down like the spinach does. This is going to go in with the shrimp when the time is right. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of oil to this. Okay, this to my shrimp here. Add a little bit of oil. Now you can add a heavy cream if you want, but we're gonna go with milk today. So it's gonna make it help. This is gonna help make it creamy, and then the kale is gonna go in as well. Gonna add a little bit of spice to this here. Look at that right there. That's looking pretty good, pretty juicy, pretty creamy. Look at that. Oh, that looks amazing. Whew! And that's gonna go on top of some rice as well. And this is my lunch. All right, so like I said, proteins are done. First thing we need to do is weigh out the quinoa. I'm gonna weigh out, let's see here. We'll go with 120 grams of dry quinoa, okay? And I'm gonna put that on high, put that on 9. You need to watch it though. I'm gonna get maybe 2 cups of water here. And then the last step here, we're gonna chop up this broccoli here. 1 large stalk. Gonna chop that up here. And like I said, nothing has to be perfect here. Ultimate laziest. This could take you less than an hour. You should be done everything by the time the chicken's done. Everything should be done, but I got a little distracted today, but still super easy, right? Shrimp, you wait for it to cook. Chicken, you wait for it to cook. And eggs, I mean, the longest part about the eggs is just cracking them open, honestly, and just doing it. Other than that, super simple recipe. So we got the eggs with the spinach. We got the shrimp with kale and rice also. And then we got the dinner, which is right here, finishing it off with broccoli. And we're going to have that with quinoa as well, okay? All right, so the broccoli's going here. I salted it. And the quinoa, like I said, I got to keep an eye on that. Don't want to overcook it and burn it. So constant eye on that. And that's pretty much it here. So the quinoa is just about done there, if you can see that. And then the broccoli is pretty much done as well. And I will show you guys the final product. Breakfast and lunch right here. It's going to be amazing. All right, so there it is, you guys. I mean, laziest meal prep ever. It took under an hour. I made some chicken, made some shrimp, made some eggs for breakfast. Some of my favorite meals, honestly. And anybody can do this, right? It took me less than an hour. My daughter here, she helped a little bit, but we'll show you clips of that next time. And this is how you get it done when you have a busy schedule. So I'll put all the macros on the screen for you, right? This is the breakfast, this is the lunch, and this is the dinner. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace. And if you have any video recommendations, then just let me know in the comments.